Hello, welcome back. Welcome to the course of Unix for testers, manual Unix concepts, and how we can automate the Unix concepts, Unix processes basically, so that we can incorporate them into a test automation frameworks. In this video, I'm going to talk about pipes in Unix, a very important concept. So let us start without further delay. So what is pipe? Okay, so pipe is basically a method of inter-process communication. Okay, so inter-process communication is basically it enables the processes to communicate with each other to share the information. Let us say if I want to give the input or give the output of one process as an input to another process. So this is basically where my inter-process communication is going to help me. Okay, and in shell a pipe symbol is used. Okay, so you can see a vertical bar that is called as a pipe symbol. Okay, and that is what we are going to use as a pipe symbol. Okay, so what it means is that the output of one program or one side of pipe so as the input for the program on the another end. Okay, what this means is I'm going to show you with example. Okay, so basically, as I said, pipe is a is used to basically to achieve inter-process communication to talk in between the processes. And pipe is a half duplex process, half duplex basically. Why? Because the data flows only in one direction, that is output of one program goes as an input to another program, but it is not vice versa, like output of my second program is not coming back to the first program. It is not happening. What is happening is output of first program is going to input as my second program. Okay, that's what I said is as a half duplex. Okay, so pipe basically allows to chain together your commands in very elegant way, passing output of one program to input of another program and to get our desired end result. Okay, basically in short we can call it as used to connect two or more command. Okay, so let's take one very simple example. Okay, and what I'm saying is the set of piped command is also called as pipeline. And why it is basically useful? Because combining a simple OS utilities, one can easily solve more complex tasks. Okay, very simple example I'm going to show you now. Okay, so if I go to my Unix box, okay, and if I do something like ls, okay, in my present working directory, if I do something like ls-l or ls whatever, I can see list of all the files and directories what I have here. Now if I wish to count number of directories in my particular location, okay, if I want to count, then how I can do, I can either use like ls-l, I'll get a list and then I can do one, I'll count one by one, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 up to 20. I can count it manually, or the another way what I can do is I can do like ls-l, and then I can write the data in some text file, and then I can count the number of lines into that specific file. That's the another approach, but it's tedious. If I have number of like less number of files in my directory, that's fine, but if I have hundreds of files, that is not going to serve me. So right, so in that case you may write let us say a C program by using read directory to for counting it in the loop. But a very simple approach what we can use is here piping, right? So if I use simple ls, okay, I'm getting the list. Right now what I want to do is output of ls, I want to give it as input to one of the filter command. Okay, so I'm going to talk about one of the very important filter command, which is wc, which is word count. Okay, so this word count command, it is a filter command basically, and we are going to use this wc command now. Okay, so and since I want to use pipe over here, so what I want to do is I want to use ls first, then I want to give output of this ls as the input to wc, right? So how I will use it, ls pipe wc. Okay, so this is simple, I can use like ls pipe wc, and you can see I'm getting something like 19 21 and 226. Okay, so what it means is I'm going to show you now. Okay, so this WC, as I said, it is used to word count. Okay, so if you use simple WC without any option, okay, then it gives you three things. The very first thing is number of lines. Okay, and second thing is gives you number of words. Okay, and the third thing is gives you count of number of bytes in file or whatever you are going to do, right? So here you can see I got 19. So what is my 19? My 19 is number of lines. So number of lines is nothing but number of files. Okay, so 19 is my number of files. Okay, and 21 is number of words. Okay, now why there is a difference? Because if you see maximum of the what I can say directories names or file names are without space, but I have only one file over here which has two spaces, so it has considered this file as three words. First word oracle, second word db, and third as data.txt. So that's the reason it is 21. And 226 is basically count of number of bytes into the specific um, uh, list, let us say. Okay, we cannot call it as a file because all these are files. So if I create a list of files from this particular file, then that is number of bytes from that particular file. Okay, so this is a very simple example how I can use pipe. Okay, and if I need something more specific, like if I just want to display this minus 9, sorry, this 19, then how I can use? I can use something like ls pipe. Okay, I am passing the output of ls to wc, and to wc I can pass number of arguments. Like if I use wc hyphen l, going to display my 19, that is number of lines. Okay, if I use another parameter called as w, okay, it is going to display me number of words, that is 21. And finally if I pass it as a c, then it is going to provide me the count of number of bytes, right? So this is basically we can use this three different option, hyphen l to get the number of lines, hyphen w number of words, and hyphen c number of count of basically number of bytes. Okay, so this is a simple approach how you can count number of files into your present directory, let us say. Okay, and to achieve this I use this piping concept, right? So I am simply piping the output of my one program to input to another program as a input. Okay, let me show you another example. Okay, so if I use the file, I might have shown you, I don't remember. uh, I want to show that with cut command. Okay, so a second. So what I want to do is, now I want to show you the demonstration of cut command. Okay, now what I want to do is, I have this file. Okay, so this is my complete file. Okay, now from this file I just want to get the first column, right? So if you see the file is space separated, right? Name is separated by space with age, separated by space with organization, and it is common for all records. So my space is the separator. Okay, now what I want to do is, I want to use the cut command, but before I use cut command, what I want to do is, I want to sort the file and then use cut command. Okay, this is what my aim is, right? So how I can sort? I can do a simple sort with sort, and my file name is input file dot txt. It will give me the sorted result starting from Amin, Andrew, Carolina, James to Zen. Okay, now I got the sorted list. Now what I want to do is, I want to give this sorted list as an input to my another program called as cut. Okay, so how I can do that? So this particular command sort file name will do the sorting, and output of this sort I want to give as input to my cut command. Okay, and to cut, what I can do is, I can specify like you want to cut the file based on, so that's the reason I am using hyphen f, and which field you want to do it for a first field. Okay, and what is your delimiter? Your delimiter, so to specify the delimiter I am using hyphen d, and my delimiter is space. So in quotes I am using space, right? So now can you see I'm getting the list of only first names, right? And that is with cut command. So can you see now how I use pipe to give the output of one program as the input to another program, so as to basically it is used to inter-process communication in between multiple process, communication in between multiple process. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show in pipe. So pipe is basically used to communicate to achieve the communication in between two processes, that is to give the output of one command as the input to another command. Okay, so fine, that's it. I hope these two examples should help you. The WC example, again this WC and cut are my filter commands. So if I have not covered this filter command separately, here I wanted to just demonstrate them. Okay, so these are again a few filter commands. So fine, thank you.